Hello dear students, welcome to the biology online class. This video is the continuation of chapter 2, that is biological classification. In the previous class we have studied about the characters of kingdom Monera, right? So in that I was explaining about the topic reproduction in bacteria. So today let me recall the topic once again. Reproduction means it is the formation of new individuals from the parent. Okay, so the new individuals are formed from the parents. So bacteria, it reproduces by three methods. They are fission, spore formation and sexual methods. So during fission, what happens is the parent cell or the bacterial cell divides to form the daughter individuals. So here the new individuals are formed by the division of the parent cell. Have you understood? Okay. Under unfavorable condition, the bacteria produces specialized structures within the body. And these specialized structures are called as spores. Am I clear? Okay. And during the sexual reproduction, the genetic material, that means the DNA from one bacterium transferred to the another bacterium. So these are about the reproduction in bacteria. Are you clear with the points? Okay, here you can see the reproduction process in bacteria, where you can observe the division of the parent cell to form the new individuals and the formation of spores within the bacterial cells and all. Okay, the last topic under kingdom Monera is mycoplasma. Let us know about the characters. The first character, they are organisms without a cell wall. That means they lack a cell wall. So cell wall is here entirely absent. What do you mean by cell wall? Each and every cell contains an outer covering layer, and this covering layer is called as cell wall. Am I clear? So in mycoplasma, this covering layer is entirely absent. Okay, so this is about the first character. Coming to the second character, they are the smallest living cells known. Means the structure or the size of the mycoplasma is very small and it is living. Okay. The third point is they can survive without oxygen. That means they can live without oxygen. For their survival, it does not require oxygen. Okay. The last character is they are pathogenic in nature. Means they have the ability to cause disease or to cause damage to the plants as well as animals. So these are about the characters. You can see the picture of mycoplasma here. So are you clear up to this? Okay. We'll move on to the next kingdom then, that is kingdom Protista. All single-celled eukaryotes are placed under this kingdom. Coming to the characters are like this. First character is, it includes single-celled eukaryotes. That means here the members may be unicellular. What do you mean by unicellular? Which is made up of single cell. Okay. Here the members may be unicellular and eukaryotes. Eukaryote means if the cell possesses well-defined nucleus or a true nucleus, then it is called as eukaryote. Once again I'll repeat. If a cell possesses a well-defined nucleus or a true nucleus, then it is called as eukaryotic. Understood? Okay, so this is about the first character. Coming to the second character, protists are primarily aquatic in nature. That means this point is about the living place of the protestant member. They are found in water. Understood? Okay, the third point is this forms a link with the plants, animals, and fungi. That means the members possess characters which is related to that of plants, animals, and fungi. Is that clear? Okay. The next point is in the first character, as I have mentioned about the eukaryotic nature, means the cells contain well-defined nucleus. So along with the nucleus, the cell also contains other cell organelles. Once again I will repeat, along with the nucleus, the cell also contains other cell organelles. Okay, and the last point is about reproduction. Reproduction takes place by both the sexual and asexual methods, which involves the process of cell fusion and zygote formation. Okay, is that clear? So the next slide is about the classification. So kingdom Monera, it is mainly classified into 5 groups. They are chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. So we will discuss about the groups of kingdom Protista one by one in the coming slides. So the first group is chrysophytes, and this group mainly includes diatoms and desmids or golden algae. Now we'll see the characters of chrysophytes. The first character is they found in freshwater as well as in marine environments. As I said before, all these Protestant members are found in aquatic habitats, right? So that chrysophyton members are found in both freshwater as well as seawater environments. They are microscopic in nature. That means we cannot see these group of members under naked eyes. They are free floating forms, or they are floating forms and are also referred as planktons. Most of them are photosynthetic in nature, means they are autotrophs. What is the meaning of autotrophs here? They can synthesize or they can prepare their own food. Okay, and examples are diatoms and desmids. In diatoms, the cell wall is deposited with the silica. That means the cell wall of the diatom is composed of silica, and in the cell wall it consists of two overlapping shells which fit together as in a soap box. Okay, so the cell wall of the diatom, it mainly contains two parts. They are the upper part like this and the lower part. This is the lower part. Okay, now this upper part is called as the epitheca, whereas the lower part is called as the hypotheca, and these two parts constitute the cell wall. Am I clear? And this cell wall of the diatom is composed of silica substance. Is there any doubts? Understood? Okay, yes. Now the cell wall deposit of the diatoms over billions of years in their habitat is known as diatomaceous earth. So, what is diatomaceous earth? Diatomaceous earth deposits are formed as the diatoms die and fall onto the bottom of the bodies of water. And over time, this organic portion of the diatoms are weathered away, and the remaining portion forms the diatomaceous earth. Once again, I'll repeat. Diatomaceous earth is formed as diatoms die and fall onto the bottom of the bodies of water. And over billions of years, the organic portions of the diatoms are weathered away, and the remaining portions, means the remaining portion or the cell wall of the diatoms forms the diatomaceous earth, and this diatomaceous earth is also referred as diatomite or Kieselguhr. Now coming to the functions of diatomaceous earth, it is used in polishing process, in the filtration of oils as well as syrups. Along with all these characters, the diatoms are also acts as chief producers in the oceans. That means they prepares food for itself and also for other organisms, so that they are called as producers. Have you understood the characters of chrysophytes? Okay. Now the next group is dinoflagellates. The characters are as follows. They are found in marine environments. That means these members are found only in seawater. And like chrysophytes, dinoflagellates are photosynthetic in nature, means they are autotrophs, can prepare their own food. Along with the chlorophyll, they also contain other pigments, and depending upon the pigment in their cell, they appear yellow, green, brown, blue or red in color. In diatoms, it contains silica deposited cell walls, right? But in dinoflagellates, the cell wall is composed of cellulose, and this cellulosic material is arranged in the form of stiff plates on the outer surface. Once again, I'll repeat the point. In diatoms, it contains silica deposited cell walls, right? But in dinoflagellates, the cell wall is composed of cellulose, and this cellulosic substance is arranged in the form of plates on the outer surface. Am I clear? For movement process, most of the members possess two flagella, in that one lies longitudinally and the other lies transversely. In the above point, I have mentioned about the pigments, right? So the red dinoflagellates undergo rapid multiplication. That means it produces large number of new individuals and makes the sea appear red in color. And this process is called as red tide. Once again, I'll repeat. The red dinoflagellates, it undergo rapid multiplication. That means it produces large number of new individuals, so that it makes the sea appear red in color, and this process is called as red tide. Due to red tide, the members release certain chemical substances called toxins, which can kill other marine animals such as fishes. So, are you clear up to this? Okay, that is about the characters of dinoflagellates. Moving on to the third group, that is euglenoids. Majority of them are found in fresh water, that too in the stagnant water, means in the standing water. In previous groups, both in chrysophytes as well as in dinoflagellates, cell walls are present, right? But in euglenoids, instead of cell wall, that means here cell wall is absent. So instead of cell wall, a protein rich layer is present. And this proteinaceous layer is called as pellicle. Once again, I'll repeat. In euglenoids, instead of cell wall, there is a proteinaceous layer or a protein rich layer is present, and this layer is called as pellicle. And because of this pellicle, it makes their body flexible. This pellicle layer gives flexibility to the body of the member. Understood? And for movement, like dinoflagellates, these members are also possess two flagella, a short and a long one. Now about the nutrition, they may be photosynthetic or heterotrophs. What is the meaning of photosynthetic? Means they are autotrophs, right? So the euglenoids members may be autotrophs or heterotrophs. What is the meaning of that? So, when sunlight is present, this member prepares their own food, okay, and act as the autotroph. But in the absence of sunlight, they behaves like heterotrophs, means they cannot synthesize or prepare their own food and depends on other organisms for their food. Understood? So, in the presence of sunlight, the euglenoid members acts like a autotroph, whereas in the absence of sunlight, they behaves like heterotroph. Am I clear? Okay. The pigments of euglenoids are identical to those of higher plants. Example, euglena. So these are about the characters of euglenoids. Understood? Okay, the next group is slime molds. The characters of slime molds are as follows. They are saprophytic in nature. What is the meaning of saprophyte? So saprophytes are the organisms which grow on dead and decaying matter. Once again I'll repeat, saprophytes are nothing but these are the organisms which grow on dead and decaying matter. So they engulf the organic material from the decaying twigs and leaves. That means these organisms feed on the organic matter found in the or organic substance found in the decaying matter. Understood? Once again I'll repeat. The slime molds are saprophytic in nature. Saprophytes means which present on the dead and decaying matter. And these members, they engulf the organic material or they ingest the organic material from the decaying twigs and leaves. That means they feed on the organic matter found in the or organic substance found in the decaying matter. Understood? Okay. When the condition becomes favorable, these members forms an aggregation to form the plasmodium. So, what is the meaning of this? So, when the condition becomes favorable, that means when the condition becomes suitable, these slime mold members forms an aggregation, means they are grouped together to form a structure called plasmodium. Okay. And this plasmodium during unfavorable condition differentiates, means divides and forms the fruiting bodies. So these fruiting bodies are nothing but the reproductive structures. Once again I'll repeat, when the condition becomes favorable, that means when the condition becomes suitable, all these slime mold members forms an aggregation, means they are grouped together to form a structure called plasmodium. Am I clear? So during favorable condition, plasmodium is formed. But during unfavorable condition, what happens is this plasmodium, it divides or it differentiates and it forms the fruiting bodies. So after differentiation, the plasmodium produces the reproductive structures. Understood? And these reproductive structures are referred as fruiting bodies. Understood? Now, this fruiting body bears spores at their tips. Okay, so the fruiting body contains spores, and all these spores possess true walls and are very strong and live for many years. And later on, the spores are dispersed by the wind or they are dispersed by the air. Understood? So during unfavorable condition, the plasmodium differentiates or divides to form the fruiting bodies or to form the reproductive structures, and these reproductive structures bears spores at their tips, and these spores later on dispersed by the wind. Have you understood the topic? Okay, the last group under kingdom Protista is protozoans. Majority of the protozoan members are heterotrophs, maybe parasites or predators. Okay, parasites means they can cause disease or damage to the plants as well as animals, whereas predator means which predates or which capture the prey and use the prey as its food. Understood? Now, under protozoans, there are four groups. They are amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and sporozoans. The first group is amoeboid protozoans. Majority of them are live in fresh water, seawater, and also in moist soil. So moist soil means soil with the humid content. So this is the first character. Okay. And for the moment it contains pseudopodia. So this pseudopodia, it acts as a locomotory organ in amoeboid protozoans, and along with this function the pseudopodia is also used to capture their prey or food. That means for capturing food, amoeboid protozoans use pseudopodia as in amoeba. Okay. Next point, the marine forms of amoeboid protozoans contain silica shells on its surface. That means these members possess shells on its outer surface which is composed of silica. And the next character is some members are parasitic in nature, means they can cause disease. For example, entamoeba, which can cause disease called amoebic dysentery. So once again I'll repeat the points of amoeboid protozoans. Majority of the members are found in fresh water, sea water, as well as in moist soil. For movement as well as for capturing food, they use pseudopodia. And in marine forms, they possess silica shells on their outer surface. And some members are parasitic in nature, for example entamoeba, which can cause disease called amoebic dysentery. Is that clear? The second group is flagellated protozoans. Here the members may be free living or parasitic. So the parasitic forms cause disease like sleeping sickness, which is caused by trypanosoma. And here the locomotory organ is flagella, and the member contains two flagella. Okay, clear with this? Okay, next group is ciliated protozoans. The members are mainly found in aquatic habitats, and they contain presence of thousands of cilia for movement. So that the locomotory organ is here cilia. On the outer surface or on the surface, the member possesses a cavity which is called as gullet, which opens to the outside. Once again I'll repeat, the ciliated protozoan, on the surface it contains a cavity, and that cavity is called as gullet that opens to the outside. Due to the movement of cilia, water with food enters into the gullet. In this way, it captures its food. Okay. An example for this member is paramecium. So the paramecium contains thousands of cilia. With the help of cilia, it moves from one place to another, and on the surface of the body it contains a cavity called gullet, and due to the movement of cilia, water with the food enters into the gullet. And the last group is sporozoans. In their life cycle, these sporozoans possess infectious spore-like stage. That means during the life cycle of sporozoans, it produces spore-like stages. Am I clear? Once again I'll repeat. In the life cycle of the sporozoans, these sporozoans produces spore-like stages, and these spores are infectious in nature, means they can cause diseases. Okay. For example, plasmodium. It is a malarial parasite which can cause malaria in humans. Understood? So all these are about the points of kingdom Protista. So dear students, we'll wind up here.